Her voice varied from being soft and a little bit of a lilt to it to very stern. The fire could flash out of her, and she could even seemingly be angry, but she really wasn't. She never was angry, but she would make a show of it in a way that Master sometimes would too. Anything that was necessary to make us understand. Some people, though, she was quite gentle with Beverly. Beverly was a very delicate soul, so she was always very gentle with Beverly. Now, she would tell us something. If we'd start to argue with her, she'd stop, she'd get cold, and she'd say, "Do as you please." And then I'd know, uh-oh, I'm going in thin ice here, I shouldn't do this. Another time she had said she could give us counsel and advice because she would see things broader than we would in our limited perspective, and she used an analogy like, there's a rug on the floor, but there's a hole under the rug. And she knew there was a hole under the rug. She'd say, don't go there, you'll fall through. If we insisted and say, oh, but I want to walk this path, go ahead. God gave us free choice and free will, and she would not take that away. We had to willingly turn that to her and say, I want you to help me. And then she was able to. She took, here's a point. Not only do we pay physical karma, we pay psychological karma. And she said when she was a young woman, a young nun, and she went to Master once, she said, "Sir, I don't understand. I feel jealous about this particular person, but I didn't think I had a trait of jealousy." And Master said, "You're taking on his karma." And that's how she was saying there is psychological karma to work out also. She did have the ability to work out people's karma physically and psychologically. One time there was a bruise on her knee, and I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry to see that bruise." And she smiled and she said, how do I know she's not working out my karma? But she never directly said she did these things. She was much too humble. She never would do that. And she'd often say that Master was very humble. Master never claimed anything. It was always God. It was always directed to God. She counseled, I think, in the way Sri Yukteswar does, that very stern, seemingly stern on the outside, but with a heart of gold, with intense love if you get beyond the sternness. So I think that sternness stopped people. She could be very sharp. She could be very cutting. And if somebody had an ego problem, they weren't going to appreciate her and they wouldn't stay with her. She didn't have all that many people that she counseled. Now, I don't know if that was by her decision or because people wouldn't take it and would leave. I honestly don't know. I know the ones of us who stayed with her were very grateful and really valued her and cherished her counseling.